Of course, not surprisingly, currency is one of the hottest topics of discussion. Premier Wen Jiabao said that China will maintain a stable exchange rate for the yuan, and he stated it was unfair to demand faster appreciation of the yuan for the Chinese currency. How do you view the issue of renminbi? Because it has been depreciating against the euro in the recent times.
Yes, trade frictions and exchange rate issues are like twin brothers, especially during the recessions. Premier Wen said it explicitly as unfair to demand China to appreciate. That is, when U.S. dollars is sliding, is depreciating. So in a sense that European EU currencies are appreciating. I believe there is a certain amount of unfair in terms of accusing China instead of sort of pondering on what's the real important issues. What's the real important issue? Is the quality of import and export, is the different sorts of import and export. So China exporting something that Europe never produced. So exchange rate in that aspect doesn't matter at all. So in a sense, by saying that China is undervaluing its currencies, it just intensifies the trade frictions. So I think a more constructive way is to name all the different sectors that is what's the advantage for Europe and what's the advantage for China.
So you don't agree that a stronger yuan will help Europe to export its products?
Just explicitly focusing on the exchange rate itself, it's not going to make any change.
Okay, about the climate change, because Copenhagen summit is about to be held very soon, and Europe very much wants China to step up its efforts to control its emissions. What kind of a cooperation can the two sides have? Is technology transfer will be a focal point?
Oh, definitely. Technological cooperation is the main phrase that they used in this time's agreement. But remember that just about 10 years ago, that Premier Wen announced that China's intention to keep on its development as progress in the climate change, and also Premier Wen mentioned the same kind of issue the same kind of statement that China is going to unilaterally reduce its carbon dioxide emission by 2020 about 40 to 45%. So I think for China, it's a very clear message. It's a very clear message to the rest of the world that this time we're going to play it real. So we shall see the rest of the world how they're going to keep their promise.
Okay, we will see how the two sides will cooperate in the future. Thank you, Mr. Hall.